In the news this morning, First Nation health managers are setting a challenge for themselves. There are now more First Nation physicians in medical schools, a First Nation leadership camp intended for future First Nation leaders. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your news report for Wednesday, February 25th, 2015. In the spirit of First Nation governance and control over healthcare services, the healthcare managers across Canada created a national organization to support them in their capacity building endeavors. The First Nation Health Manager Association recognizes the specific needs of health managers in terms of training capacity building and assists health managers in obtaining certification. This certification process is intended as an additional way to take control over capacity building for and by First Nation. Now let's go to Eagle Village and join David McLaren, who will be talking to us about certification for health managers in Quebec.
Hi, I'm David McLaren, Certified First Nations Health Manager. I'm a Health Director in Eagle Village First Nations, Kipwa, Quebec. As you know, First Nations Health Manager Association is a professional association, nationally recognized, delivering programs and development for First Nations, built by First Nations. FNHMA currently has 66 certified First Nations health managers across the country. I'm pleased to report that Quebec has 8 amongst us today. Keith Leclerc, Donna Metallic, Joyce Bonspiel-Nelson, Eleanor Pollock, Annette Malek, Michelle Paul, Sophie Picard, and yours truly, Dave McLaren. I now challenge the rest of my colleagues amongst us here to bring forth their managers themselves in participating with in this extensive training that we've collaborated with La Commission, both in English and in French. So come on, folks, get together. I know it's hard. You probably know by now that when we say intensive, it is intensive, but it's very rewarding. So come and join.
So the challenge is on. Good luck to everyone and congratulations to all those who have received certification to date. Thank you. The well-being of seniors is front and center in terms of First Nation concerns. Let's speak to Chief Terence McBride from the Community of Timiskaming First Nation, who will be presenting his vision to us.
Hello. I'm Chief Terence McBride from Timiskaming First Nation in the Algonquin community of Timiskaming, and I'm here today to give you a little point of view of how important it is to have long-term care facility in the communities for our elderly. As we know, the last phase of life is ideal to be spent in your own community. Therefore, a lot of our communities have band together to make this a reality, and unfortunately there are still some of our colleagues out there who don't have access yet to these facilities, and we need everyone's help to make sure that this becomes a reality, not only for your communities, but more importantly for the seniors that need it so desperately. It is probably one of the most important issues is the final phase of life, and therefore we encourage your commitment to make sure that it becomes a reality for you and your people. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief McBride. This afternoon, don't miss our special report on the Aboriginal Health Services Integration Funds project. In fact, the community of Timiskaming First Nation will present its project live from Hotel Pure in Quebec City. Hold on a second. I'm getting news of a special report. Wow, there's been a major advance in the First Nation Inuit of Quebec Faculty of Medicine program. Let us now go to our correspondent in the field, Yves Siwi, the program coordinator, who has the latest details on this program. Go ahead, Yves.
Oui, merci. Alors, le programme de faculté de médecine est implanté au Québec depuis 2008. Il regroupe les activités des 4 facultés de médecine, en plus de la Commission de la santé et des services sociaux. 2 volets principaux sont inclus dans le programme, soit le recrutement et la sensibilisation des futurs médecins. Dans ce volet-là, on compte le programme des stages précliniques qui est implanté depuis 2012 et qui regroupe les activités de 14 communautés et villages inuits pour 19 places disponibles pour l'ensemble des futurs médecins, des étudiants en faculté de médecine actuellement. Au niveau du recrutement, il s'agit de favoriser l'accès aux jeunes étudiants Premières Nations et Inuits en abaissant la quotaire à 28 et en réservant 4 places annuellement à ces mêmes étudiants. À ce jour, plus de 27 étudiants ont été recrutés via ce programme et sont actuellement en formation. Bientôt, ces jeunes médecins pourront desservir notre population au grand bénéfice de la grande communauté autochtone. J'ai d'ailleurs recueilli les commentaires d'une de ces étudiantes. On l'écoute à l'instant.
So, I mean, just from the get-go in terms of admissions, I wouldn't have been a clear-cut candidate. So right from the beginning, we spoke, they recruited. What do I have to do to get in? I was supported right from day one. And I think one of the major things is also the establishment of a mentor. So I think the more of us that go through, then the more that the younger generation will feel that they can pierce the field of medicine and then go into medicine. And then we're more likely to go back to our communities as well, I feel. So it becomes just a full positive cycle.
En effet, la direction du baccalauréat du programme en sciences sociales a décidé d'aller de l'avant et d'ouvrir un tel programme pour l'automne 2015. Une autre bonne nouvelle. À vous.
Thank you very much for the summary. We'd like to take this opportunity to wish our future First Nation physicians the best of luck. The first First Nation Leadership Camp was held last October in Quebec, Quebec, which is located 15 minutes north of Ottawa. The New Pathway Foundation sponsored this successful event that deserves your attention. Chief Gilbert Whiteout will now speak to us about this project that holds a special place in his heart.
Well, I'm very pleased to talk about the leadership camp that was held this past fall, which brought together young Indigenous people from Quebec to a leadership camp under the coordination of Les Petits Déjeuners du Québec, Air Canada, and Tim Hortons. It was a leadership camp that really was focused on young First Nations people to give them the opportunity and the tools to get them to realize that they have the potential to be leaders in their community and to remind them that they are the future. They are the ones that will bring about change. This leadership camp was extremely important because it was really a first time that this kind of camp was being held for the needs of young people and brought young people, young Indigenous people from all of the different nations in Quebec together to share also their reality and also to learn from each other, to learn from tremendous people from the Tim Horton trainers who again gave them hope, gave them real connection to who they are. And certainly when I attended the camp and listened and observed the young people, it made me feel really proud as a chief of a community, really believing that there is hope for the future because these young people embody what leadership is all about. Miigwech.
45 youths aged between 10 and 14 years from 16 different First Nation communities experienced over 6 days one of the most rewarding experiences of their lives. The Tipi News helicopter was on location. Let's listen to two participants tell us what their stay at the camp was like.
Mon nom c'est Angélique Laforêt-Lacourse. J'ai 14 ans, je viens de Val-d'Or. Puis c'est ça. Moi je trouve ça super le fun. Ici t'es bien, t'es en sécurité. Genre, tu peux te sentir à l'aise, t'as pas besoin de gêner parce que tout le monde est pareil, tout le monde agit en fou, n'importe comment. Puis en même temps, t'es loin de la drogue, t'es loin de l'alcool, puis comme c'est mieux pour toi, t'es en bonne santé, tu manges bien, t'es toute bien ici, puis j'aime tout le monde. Mes plus beaux souvenirs, moi, ben ça serait les animateurs, ben tous les adultes, tous les jeunes, puis les activités, le fun que j'ai aimé. Puis le monde ici, ben, ils sont bien gentils. Genre, comme, ils ne jugent pas là, pour rien, puis ils sont bien gentils. Ben, moi, j'aimerais ça dire merci à tout le personnel, à tout le monde, enfin vraiment tout le monde, de nous avoir bien accueillis. Puis ce qui est le fun, c'est que c'était le premier camp des Premières Nations au Canada, je pense, en plus. C'était spécial pour nous, les Premières Nations, puis je trouve ça vraiment le fun.
My name is Thomas Imuni. I am from Montreal, and I'm 14 years old. It's a really good experience. I love it. All the monitors are great here. You make a lot of new friends. A leader is someone that takes action when no one else does. If there's no captain, who's gonna tell everybody what to do? The boat would be a mess. Or a plane, or anything. Communication.
The New Pathways Foundation, in collaboration with his partner, is considering repeating this event in 2015. Our FNQL HSSC correspondents will keep you informed. Let's go to a commercial break, sponsored by the North American Indigenous Games.
Hello, my name is Dave Canadian. I was the chef de mission for Team Eastern Door in the North this past summer at the North American Indigenous Games held in Regina, Saskatchewan. We had 285 athletes, coaches, and managers who competed in 13 sports. Our team had its best showing ever, as we finished in 4th place behind British Columbia, Saskatchewan, and Ontario. The next games will be held in 2017 in a city to be determined. So stay active, keep training, eat healthy, and most of all, stay in school. Thank you.
The First Nation youth continue to stand out across the province of Quebec. 3 youths from the community of Kitigan-Zibi rose to the First Nation of Quebec and Labrador Health and Social Service Commission challenge to develop an awareness and prevention campaign on sexual health, to be continued soon in a health center near you.
My name is Alyssa. I'm 16 years old. I'm an Aboriginal woman attending Kitigan-Zibi School in the Algonquin Territory. I'm currently working on an STD project. It's very important to me that we should get the message to everyone, especially First Nations youth. A lot of First Nations have STDs.
School life here is typical. Sometimes I love it and sometimes I hate it. As young people, we have a lot of distractions and try to do the best we can. One of the things I worry about is the number of Aboriginal people being affected with HIV at a younger age compared to non-Aboriginals.
Quay. My name is Austin Commanda. I'm part of the team building a campaign to get the word out to young people about protecting themselves against HIV and other bloodborne infections. Life can be great, but a lot of great things come with choices. I hope that I can help young Aboriginal people make smart choices.
And that wraps up the health-related news on this February 25th, 2015. The TP News team would like to wish you a great day.